it's Miss Kudo.
And Miss Heron, hi.
We miss you so much. And we are just thinking how you must be missing math as well. So we've been plotting for the last week about what we could do to make it so that you could have some different experiences to do some math while we're on this crazy break.
So our plan right now, it's differentiated and it's really geared towards making sure you're not being left behind, since Algebra 2 is really crucial for those of you that are moving on to pre-calc next year and then maybe calculus the year after. Pre-calc has a lot of skills that rely on your Algebra 1 or Algebra 2 knowledge. So I know we haven't really had that conversation about pre-calc because we didn't, have any time before we got out, but pre-calc is a college and the high school class that if you can get a C or higher on, you can get 10 college credits towards math, which is a great opportunity for really anyone. I mean, if you're not going to study anything math related when you go on to higher education, then that could be the last math class that you could have to take. And it's really nice and individual because you do it in such a small class at the high school. So you still have tutorial, you still have remind, all of these ways to get help. And for those of you who you're maybe going to go on to math, this still really kind of sets you up on the right track. So pre-calc is a really great opportunity for those of you who haven't considered it yet. And our goal with this remote learning is to make sure that we are bolstering skills that you will need in pre-calc.
So we started it earlier this week, and as you know, sometimes, you're used to Miss Heron and I, we try something out and it doesn't quite work, and we realized the OneNote that we had started earlier doesn't really make sense for us not seeing you because we really want to give you feedback. The assignments could be really hard. We want to just give you some back and forth, and we realize that Teams is better for that. So we're sorry that we sent you out an email. It should be retracted if you go to the wrong link, or if you're in my class and you've already been using the OneNote, just know you have a new link that's sent out from a team. We really suggest that you either download the app on your phone or the app on your computer, or you can use the desktop version, but you need to now check the app. You're not going to get any more emails after the one launched with this video. So that's really important because assignments will pop in each week. When we grade things, you'll get a pop message right away if we give you feedback. We might be doing things like setting up office hours or different parts. We're not sure how hard this is going to be. It's our first time, so we really always appreciate you giving us feedback. So just make sure you continue to be in touch with us so we know how to help.
So on Teams, once you've downloaded the app, we're going to do like a Wednesday to Wednesday thing. So later on today, we're going to push out the very first assignment, which some of you have already seen because you looked at the OneNote document. And it's going to have 3 sections on it: the learning section, practice, and the quiz section. And usually we'll do that cycle like maybe 2 to 4 times per week. So you can scaffold that however you want to pace yourself out. The learning is all the videos and all the worked out examples. You don't have to watch all of those, even though there are check boxes next to all of them. It's really just the ones that you think are going to help you to understand, because the practice and the quiz are what's really important. So when you take the practice, you have to check off that you've done that. And then also there's a space on the tracker to say if you met standard or not. Did you get 3 out of 4 or 5 out of 7? Because most of these are 4 or 7 questions practice, and that would be at standard if you did that. And then if you didn't, you can just go back and redo the practice after you watch the videos, but you would just write that in your assignment to tell us that you did that. And the same with the quiz. We're hoping that everybody can get 75%. Usually it's about 5 questions, so 4 out of 5 questions on the quiz. And if you don't, you can just tell us, oh, I went back and I watched these videos and I retook it, and this is what I got on my retake. That's totally okay. So all of that will be filled in on the assignment, and you usually have, like I said, about 2 to 4 of those quizzes per week that we expect you to complete.
We also know this is really hard content. Like, this is content that we'd be doing and teaching and playing games and asking questions together. So if you look at this and you're like, I'm not planning to do pre-calc next year, it's really important then that you still practice doing math, especially there's some of you who are going to be taking the SBAC or some of that like next year potentially instead of this year. So what we'd like you to do is keep up on your Algebra 1, Algebra like 2 basic / geo skills. So that would look like we have a different notebook for Algebra 1 Geo, and we'd like to invite you to join that instead.
So yeah, if that's going to be too much for you, then you want to make sure that you can ask us to join our Algebra 1 or Geo teams. So as Ms. Kudo said already, like we are really working on this. We don't really know how difficult this is going to be for you and what we're going to need to offer you as far as support. So we could be looking out for office hours. A really great way to get a hold of us besides Remind is the chat on the Teams app, which it just connects directly to one of us or both of us. So you're always welcome to do that. And you can also do public chats too, where you're talking with the other people in the teams, which are all the Algebra 2 students. And you can help each other out in that way too, if you would like. So really just make sure that you're open with your lines of communication, that you have the app downloaded and your notifications turned on so that you can access all the information we're going to try and put out.
All right, we expect questions and comments, and we're excited for you to try week 1.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye. Miss you guys.